it's been 8 days since I last picked up a camera. And it's not because I didn't want to, it's because so much has gone on with the wheels that I've literally not thought of picking up a camera. Good afternoon guys. If you see my last video, you'll know that I picked up these wheels right here off Facebook Marketplace for a pretty good steal of £200. Obviously, they are not in the best of conditions. Conditions? I'm not posh. But I have found out that there are some M Sport wheels that have come off a E92, which is pretty nice. They're 18 inches. They're also known as the, I think they're the 196 BMW M Sport alloys. I think that's what they're known as. But we're gonna be fitting them onto my car, just not yet. Because we're gonna be taking these somewhere in just a second, because we'll be getting these refurbed. So, I say stick around, because at the end of this video, we'll be putting these on the car and it will be completely transform the look. Because right now, well, the car looks okay, it's not too bad, but with these wheels on, it's gonna look 10 times better. So we're gonna get these in the car, and we're gonna get down to where we're gonna get these refurbed to drop them off. But for now, let's get down to the refurb place. There, we're all loaded up with the wheels. Let's go take them down to the place now. Okay, so the special place to get my wheels done is this place called TB Alloy and Body Repairs. Now, these guys do alloys and body repairs basically, as they say. So we'll be dropping wheels off here for the next 5 days, and we're coming back to pick them up towards the end of the video. Hopefully they'll be coming back looking nothing like this. Alright then guys, whilst we wait for obviously the new wheels to be refurbed and we get them back, got my mate Joe here, and we are going to crack on with trying to fit obviously the window tint on this window, but it's a little bit more advanced putting on this one than obviously the other side window, so we're going to give it a go and we're going to bring it along with us. So we started off prepping the window by cleaning the inside and the outside, then using a razor to scratch at the inside of the window to try and remove as much dirt as possible, and then squeegeeing away all of the dirty water. Okay, so yeah, that's all our prep on the window done now. Cleaning the outside and the inside. That was green, wasn't it? That was disgusting, that inside. Look at that, it's minging. Anyway, so that's the prep done. Now let's actually crack on with getting the tin inside, basically. When I said that this is very different to doing other windows, we need a bar of soap, which is odd, to say the least. So we've got a bar of soap here. We've been told to wrap it up in some... Yeah, that's a very good idea. That might do it. We've got to wrap it up like this, and then we're going to spray it with our cleanser, like this, and we're going to rub it like this until we create a lava, as we were told. So rubbing a bar of soap that actually creates a sticky layer on top of the tissue. I then use this to apply to the back of the window, and you'll find out in a minute why I did that. So the soap's now dry, we've basically got to just draw a H on the windscreen. If you don't know what a H looks like, here's one on the screen just here. But basically, line that way, a line there, line out to that edge, and a line down. There, H. That's the H. There we go. Now the tint should sit on top of this H, but not the soap, allowing us to basically heat shrink it to the rest of the windscreen, fingers crossed. Right, next we're going to heat up the tint to basically stretch out to fit the rest of the windscreen. Once I heat it, Joe's going to be stretching out, so we're going to give this a go. Neither of us have done this before. Wish us luck. Heating the tint was actually quite a bit easier than it seems. It just took one heat gun on like a medium to high setting basically, and you hold it over the tint for about a second or so. It heats up, it will shrivel ever so slightly, and when you take like the hard card to it and just spread it back out, it goes nice and flat. Well, it's meant to anyway. Unfortunately, we dropped the tint. I got it off camera though, and then we didn't clean it again. So it got rather dirty. There was quite a bit of stuff stuck underneath the tint. So when we were actually heating up and then stretching it out basically, we were just dragging dirt along the tint. We ended up ripping a little bit. As you can see, there's like a hole here and there, and then there's a really big crease through it, and it wasn't sitting nicely against the window. So we ended up deciding to just rip the tint off and sack it off because, well, it ended up not being very good. put it that way. Well, me and Joe decided to take the tint off because it's the first time we've ever done it, and we put a massive crease into it by accident.
It's where it flew off.
Yeah, it must have been where it flew off at some point. But we're going to scrap this piece and we're going to reorder it and we're going to try again at a later point. But if you guys have any tips for putting on tint for me, please let me know, because I've never done it, Joe's never done it, and that was basically our first time ever trying. So any tips down below would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so this was definitely not part of the plan. Company I've dropped my wheels off to have messaged me today whilst I've been at work today that I need to call them urgently about my wheels. This could be very bad news, it could be very good news, I don't know. But we're going to call them right now and find out what this is, because I'm extremely nervous. I've got like 3 missed calls from them. So we're not going to mess around, we're just going to call them up, find out what's going on.
Hello, T Repairs.
Hiya, it's Sam calling about the wheels. Now at this point, I was incredibly nervous, dreading whatever I was about to be told. Not too bad, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, sorry for the missed calls and whatnot.
No, that's right.
Right, basically, we've got all your wheels stripped. We shot blasted them, and we've undercovered. Well, undercut, yeah. Basically, there's 5 cracks on 2 of the wheels.
Hearing that pretty much killed off all of my hopes getting these wheels refurbed within basically 1 second.
So basically, total coming at 580 all in.
Okay.
So it's just what you want to do with it, really, because it then becomes an expensive set of wheels, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. £580 to get a set of wheels refurbed. Basically like buying a completely brand new set. I needed time to think about this. Is it right if I could have a bit of time to think about it and get back to you guys possibly before you finish today at like 5 o'clock or so?
Yeah, if you could.
After asking the guys if I could think about it, I had 45 minutes to make a decision.
Nice one. Cheers, buddy. Bye.
Bye. £200 more. Oh. Knowing that I only had 45 minutes to make a decision, there was so much money on the line here. Literally the biggest risk I have ever taken. I had to come up with a decision quickly. I've come to a decision, so we're going to call them back now. And we're going to see what we can sort out.
Hello, T Repairs.
Hiya, it's Sam again.
Oh, is it just to let them know whether you want to go ahead with the cracks or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that would be I'd like to go ahead with it.
You'd want to, yeah?
Yeah. Is it alright if I can also drop down some new tyres that I've got for the wheels as well?
Yeah, of course you can, yeah, no problem at all.
Excellent.
I will let him know if that was all, yeah?
Yeah, that is pretty much everything.
Okay, I'll pass it on to him.
Awesome.
Alright, no problem at all.
Lovely. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Well, we're going to go ahead with it. We're going to get these cracks repaired because they've already pretty much finished the wheels off already. So what's the point in basically just not finishing the job off? We'll get these cracks repaired. We'll get the wheels fully refurbished. And then fingers crossed after that, we'll have some new wheels for the car. But my lord, is this coming to be very, very expensive. Well, it's been 8 days since I last picked up a camera. And it's not because I didn't want to, it's because so much has gone on with the wheels that I've literally not thought of picking up a camera because everything's gone on. I've got a massive story here to tell you guys. Let me take you all the way back to Tuesday last week. After that call, I decided to go and take my new tyres down that I got for my wheels, because obviously they're new sizes. What I had on before was 17s, these are 18s, so I need new tyres. So I went and took my tyres down and I had a look at the cracks. I didn't record it, so I'll try and animate it for you. So last Tuesday then, I took my tyres down to TV, had a look at the rims, and the cracks were, well, let's just say 4 of them were not too bad, but one of them was really long. It basically was split in between where the edge of the rim is, kind of, I don't really know how to explain an alloy, but basically from the edge, kind of went up the edge and then back down into it. It did not look good at all. Despite this, I still went ahead with the welding and we got it done. Now, Thursday, I was in college. I had a message from them when I was on my college break saying that my wheels were ready to be picked up. So I dropped my car off down there to go pick the wheels up, and I came back at the end of my college day to pick the car up, and the wheels were on there looking immaculate. They looked so good. Later that evening though, I had to go pick up my family from the airport. So I drove to the airport and I drove back. It's about an hour there and an hour back. When I got back, I checked all the rims to make sure I hadn't scratched them. Nothing was wrong with them, any punches or anything. Everything seemed fine until I got to my rear left wheel, which was hissing at me, like almost spilling air, because it was wet that day. You could hear the water being squeezed out of the tyre basically. So I thought, that's a bit strange, I'll just leave it for now and I'll check it the next morning. Even though I was heading off to Birmingham the next day, and that day I was heading to Birmingham was also Good Friday. Why I decided to risk it on Good Friday when nowhere was open, I don't know. It was silly of me basically. But the next morning I got up and, well, the tyre was completely flat, no air in it at all. I decided to pump it up and try and get hold of any garages, but obviously everywhere was shut because it was Good Friday. I panicked a bit and I ran over to Whole Foods and I picked up a torque wrench so I can swap my wheels back over to obviously my old set, so I didn't really have to worry about them too much, just so I can get to Birmingham and back. But when I got back and took out all the bolts on one of the wheels, it was stuck to the hub and literally would not get out of the hub basically. So I decided to try and get hold of Quick Fit, and luckily they were open. They could get me in if I got there as soon as possible. I got there, they managed to get the wheel off, they managed to take the tyre off, and they found out there was nothing wrong with the tyre, nothing wrong with the alloy. All it was the valve was slightly dislodged and it was just allowing air to leak out, making the whole tyre flat. All of this running around took 4 hours in the end, for it to just be a quite simple and straightforward job. So that brings us to today then, where like I said, it's been 8 days since I last picked up a camera, and that's because there hasn't really been much to record, because obviously I didn't refurb my wheels, and then when I was running around stressing about everything, I literally just didn't think about picking up a camera. And then obviously I went over to Birmingham, so I really didn't have time to do anything up there, because literally me and my girlfriend went to watch a massive monster trucks, like Monster Jam. It was incredible, by the way. But here we are, 500 miles later with the new wheels, and they still look absolutely perfect. Definitely need to clean though, because, well, it's been raining, they're a bit dirty. But my God, does the car look absolutely different now. From what it looked like before, I'll leave it, literally this is what the car looked like before. I don't think you guys are ready for how it looks now, but I'm ready to show you. So, I want to hear your guys' opinion on this down in the comments below. If you like this, if you hate this, if you love it, if you don't like it, whatever your opinion is, I want to hear it down below. Because it just looks incredible. You ready guys? 3, 2, 1. So there it is then, my brand new wheels on my car. It's kind of weird to say that. Look at them, like, the car looks so different. It looks 10 times better, I absolutely love it. Let's just talk you through then a little bit about these wheels. I think I said earlier, right at the very start of the video, they're the 196M ones. They're not, they're 193M wheels. They came off, I think, an E92. 3 Series that had been absolutely ragged around. You can tell by the condition of obviously the tyres before, absolutely ragged, wheels cracked. It looked awful basically. And the guys down at TB Body and Alloy Repairs have done an incredible job of these. If you guys need anything done to your car, body work that needs redoing, say you've been in a crash or something, or you want to get your alloys redone like I have, they do an absolutely incredible job. Massive shout out to them. I'll leave links to their Facebook page and stuff down in the description, down in the corner. Yep, the description, that's the right one. For you guys to basically go and check them out, because their work is incredible. Like, the car looks amazing. It's not there yet, but it's definitely getting there. Well, I think we're going to leave it there this week then, on this pretty good note after what's been a very stressful last few weeks. I'm now down a lot of money, so the mods aren't going to be as crazy and over the top like the wheels have been. They're going to be a little bit more dialed back, you could say. And I want your guys' opinion again. I want to do the brake calipers next, because now I can actually take the wheels off as long as they're not stuck to the hub like they were before. I should be able to take these off, and I want to paint the brake calipers back here another colour. And I'm thinking possibly red. I know it's boring, but if you have a look, I need to clean the inside of my car, basically look at what the wheels did when I picked them up. It's awful. But if you see, I've got red interior, and I'm thinking the red on the calipers, a little bit matching, it might go nicely. Shut. Hey, what do you guys think? I'm thinking red calipers, but up to you guys. Maybe yellow, blue, grey. Grey won't stand out much. Any colour you want, leave it in the comments. Could go bright pink. Should we do hot pink? I don't know. Anyway, we'll be back next Sunday with the BMW, of course. So have a great week, guys, and I'll see you then. Peace out.